meeting your twin and how I met my twin. So, a friend of mine and we were planning on having a little camping excursion to sort of get out of the house, out of the living situation we were in for a little while. So we had driven around and found a neat little campground in the center of town in Eugene, Oregon. Maybe not the center, on the outskirts of town, called Armitage Park. And I had picked out spot 3. I didn't reserve it. I didn't think I had to. So we were going to go back the next day or the day after that. And it wasn't going to be a weekend. It was in April. I think the last day of April. So there was just no need to make a reservation, and I don't think that either of us had the money. So when we got back there, somebody was in the spot. They were in all the spots that were along the river. Let's just say that I magically stole that spot right out underneath that individual. He had to pick up his things and move at the checkout time. He was not too happy with me about that. Well, I was in spot 3, and I seen the name in spot 4, and I wondered who my neighbors would be. Well, later that day, we had left and come back, and when we showed up, we seen 4 young men, excuse me. And we met them, and just like the twin flame story says, and I did not know this at the time, when you meet your twin, it's just this synchronicity. It's a meet cute that is too impactful to ignore. And here he was in spot 4. And from the minute I looked in his eyes, from the minute I got close to that man, he was home. He was home to me. He still is. And it's not really easy going on without having contact with him. The other night I wanted to call so bad and just say, read me a bedtime story. Will you just read me a bedtime story? I just need to feel you near me. But I'm trying to respect his space, and I'm also trying not to make contact because it's so hard on me. I get just almost insane by it. I don't know what happens to me, but my system goes crazy. And if you're a twin, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, there was our little meet cute in the forest, and just wanted to talk about it a little bit on video and basically just make sure that I leave the emotion and the impact that had, and somehow describe the imprint that left. So there is my twin flame fairy tale meeting. We were vibrating very much on the same frequency. I was his fairy princess, and he was my warrior elf lord. That's what we are, in another plane, in another dimension. We do a lot of work in that realm. So, I love you so much, and I miss you. And sometimes I just want a bedtime story. But for now, I have to keep the contact to major minimal. I'm really hoping to see him within the next couple weeks. I'll be making a trip, and I super hope that he wants to be my Valentine.